Welcome to Weekend Shelf Control with me, Liam,
And me, Frankie.
and this is our July book haul. But don't be fooled, it might look like Frankie doesn't have more than me, but she does, which is a nice change, isn't it?
Yeah, I just haven't tried to hold all of them.
I'm holding all of them and I'm regretting it because I also now need to figure out how to put them down. Who wants to go first?
I can go first.
You
So,
can go first.
I just want to say before we start, I feel quite disappointed in myself after how good June was. I bought too many books this month, but I feel like this was I did get, there were sales. I got excited
Yeah.
about Her Kid. I picked up a couple of books to fit for that. And then I heard about some books and yeah, but Um, July is the start of the financial year here, which means all the bills go up. So I also have a new budget now, and I have less money. So I I will be buying less books. So
Yeah. So consider July almost as like your final blowout before more sensible months, perhaps.
yeah, I have a couple of books that are still on the way. So
Yeah.
um, but hopefully I won't buy anything else in August.
Well, also you had Bookfest as well in July,
I
right?
did
Which is
have
not exactly
Bookfest.
that's not a regular occurrence, is it?
Yeah, no, that's twice a year. So,
Yeah.
and I feel a bit better about that because it's a charity thing. So my money is going to a good cause, and it's all secondhand books. So it's not a huge amount of money.
Yeah.
It's just a huge number of books. Although I couldn't go on the weekend, so I went. I had a half day at work, and I went. So my time was limited. So I didn't
Mm.
actually have time to look at everything I wanted to look at. So that also stopped me buying. I only bought 10 books. So I'll
What's
start.
your like typical average when you do Bookfest?
It depends. I used to just browse and buy as many as I could carry years back when I first started going, but now I have too many
Yeah.
books, so I am more selective. And I'm
Mm.
generally just looking for specific authors and specific series that I'm reading. And I might find a random along the way, but I'm not seeking. Whereas I used to browse and look at everything, and if it sounded interesting, I got it because. But also the prices at Bookfest have gone up. When it first
Okay.
started, they used to have a $1 section, and then a $2.50 section, and then a priced section.
Yeah.
And now they've got rid of the $1 section, and things you would find in the $1 section are now in the $2.50 section, and some of them are not worth $2.50. um, they also price up fantasy and science fiction books
Right. Okay.
compared to general fiction. So that's annoying, but also sometimes you can be lucky and find a book in the normal section that they haven't realized is a fantasy book, and you can get it for a bit cheaper. But yeah,
Okay.
so speaking of looking for authors, I got 5 David Gemmell books because I have started reading his stuff. So I was in a black spot for my phone, so I couldn't even look them up. But then I thought, well, I'll just get them all anyway because eventually I will read. I think this one, is a standalone. Echoes of the Great Song. I like that the cover style matches the ones I have for this series. I got 2 more that have that same style: Winter Warriors and The Legend of Deathwalker. Has
Nice.
some
Why does he
stickers.
look a little bit like Batman?
Um,
Is that just me?
no, I completely see it now that you've said that. It's the
Yeah.
very, yeah, he's very serious.
Yeah.
Then I love the cover on this one, Wolf in Shadow. Nice little
That's pretty cool.
skull. Yeah. This one is the one I think I had in my wish list of the series I want to read next, except I think
Mm.
there's something weird Oh yeah, this is book 3. So
Right. I will
um,
say that artwork wouldn't look out of place in like a Dark Tower book.
yeah. Interesting. So yeah, I'm looking forward to reading that one. And boring cover,
Yeah.
this one. So yeah, that's basically this is the first book fest I've gone to since I've started reading David Gemmell, so I was able to grab everything. The other author I was specifically looking for was Janny Wirtz, because I've heard a lot of
Okay.
people talk about her books. This is book 2. I spent the whole time looking for book 1, finally found it at the end of the last table that I looked at, and I got really excited, but then I pulled it out and it just was a bit gross, and I'm like,
Oh.
I'm not paying that much for a book that I just don't even really want to hold in my hands because of how the pages
Yeah.
look and everything. So sadly, I had to put it back. But that's all right. At least I have book 2. Then I got Blood from a Stone by Donna Leon. I'm just collecting these books in her series that has about 30 books. So every time I'm at a secondhand shop, I just look for some that I don't have. The Silver Metal Lover by Tanith Lee. This
Okay.
looks really interesting. It's about a 16-year-old girl, and she finds this robot minstrel with auburn hair and silver skin whose songs ignite passion in her. So I'm just like, this sounds like an interesting story. It's like, is she going to give up everything?
Is she going to have sex with a robot?
Well, if you want to think about that, that's not what I was thinking about.
Is it not? That's where I thought it
Well,
was going.
well, it just says it's a poignant novel, classic tale, beautiful, tragic, erotic, I guess. So yeah, you'll probably get your sex with robot, and ultimately
I don't want that,
triumphant
by the
love
way.
story of the future. I'm just curious to see Robot Minstrel. So
Yeah, I'm looking forward to your review on that one.
we shall see. I mean, it's about a 16-year-old, remember? So
Yeah. So was Twilight. They had sex. Break a bed.
was she still 16 when they did that?
No, I think she was 18 at that point, wasn't she?
I
married.
don't remember. Yeah.
Yeah.
And finally, I did not expect to find this, and in such good condition, Richard Bachman book,
Oh.
The Regulators, which looks very... I mean, the pages are a bit yellowed,
Yeah.
but the cover is in, like, pretty good condition.
It doesn't look
The
like
spine's
it's been
not
read.
cracked, so...
Yeah.
Yeah. So I was pretty happy to find this. So that was, like, the jewel. And I almost missed it, too. Because, you know, the name didn't stand out like if you saw a Stephen King, and then I just suddenly went, oh, wait. So, yes, it was a very, very fun trip to Bookfest. And nice to go to the winter one, because the other one's in January, or December. They did it last year, so I missed it. But yeah, because summer here is not great for walking around with lots of books.
So, there is an author, and I've had a book of theirs, a paperback version that I just got on Amazon, and I've had it for... I don't even know where it is anymore. I've had it for a couple of years on my shelf. Up there. But I started like following their little page on Facebook, and they did some big website sale where you could get signed books. And when I very, very first got into reading, I hated hardback books. I didn't like the way they felt, and they annoyed me. I liked a floppy paperback. That was my favourite. But as I don't know, maybe matured as a reader, some might say, I have become fond of hardbacks, especially when indie horror authors release books in hardbacks. Hence you can't really see it very well, but underneath my Dungeon Crawler Carl shelf, is an Aaron Beauregard shelf, and some of those are hardbacks. And then over here, I've got there some like Daniel J. Volpe and Christopher Triana hardbacks. So I'm enjoying the indie horror hardbacks. And when I saw that this author had kind of re-released a lot of their books in hardback, and because it was from their website, you not only would you get it signed, but you could request to get it personalized as well. And there was a sale on. I thought, fuck it, I'll buy 10. So that's what I do. So we're going to go through the 10 that I purchased, starting with what is maybe his most well-known book. I just have to dig it out of the pile. Give me a second. So I have got The Exorcist House by Nick Roberts. Are you familiar with this book?
No.
So there's a Facebook group called Books of Horror that's been around for years. When I very first started getting into like reading horror and especially extreme horror, it's where I would get a lot of my recommendations from. And I think they've stopped now, but what they used to do was this I can't remember what they called it, like a rumble or something. It wasn't that, but they'd get like all different authors to contribute a book, and people, they'd do brackets and people would vote, and The Exorcist House was the first one that won that. So it got quite a bit of kind of attention and popularity through that, and people said it was really good. So I'm super excited to read it, and we can see here it says, to Liam, stay out of the basement, and then signed by Nick Roberts. I'm just going to read out the blurb super quickly. I'll only do it for this one at the 10. In the summer of 1994, psychologist Daniel Hill buys a rustic farmhouse nestled in the rolling hills of West Virginia. Along with his wife and teenage daughter, the family uproots their lives in Ohio and moves south. They are initially seduced by the natural beauty of the country setting. That soon changes when they discover a hidden room in the basement with a well, boarded shut and adorned with crucifixes. Local legends about the previous owner being an exorcist come to light, but by then, all hell has broken loose. So I thought that sounded fun.
Yeah, that sounds good.
So I got that. And then there is, I don't know the order of these, but there is what I assume is a sequel, which is The Exorcist House Resurrection. And there is also what I assume is a prequel, which is The Exorcist House Genesis. So obviously I had to pick those up. Then I had to get Dead End Tunnel.
I like that you were saying I had to get.
I had no option in the matter, because.
And this is an American author?
Yes.
So
yeah.
you had to get it shipped from America. Shipping. So you got to buy in bulk when you do that.
Exactly. And I will say the shipping fees were actually surprisingly reasonable.
Oh, that's good.
So I was pretty pleased with that. I love the cover to this one. This is Mean Spirited.
Oh,
I just like that. So yeah, then I had to get It Haunts the Mind and Other Stories, which is also a fun cover. Then the next one I had to get was Nocturnal by Nature and Other Stories. So a few like short story collections here. Oh, okay, this is another one that, like, if people have heard of this author, it might be because of this book. Anathema. I think that's how you say that. Cool cover. Could be interesting. And then that also has a follow-up, which is Anathema Legacy. So I had to get that. Then Lila in the Flesh, which is another. Oh, it's slipping out of its slipcover. And then lastly, I had to get My Corpse Has a Heartbeat, and this is an illustrated edition.
I think I might have that in my wish list.
Oh, really?
That title sounds familiar. I'm gonna quickly look it up
Pretty
for
cool
you.
title. I mean, I'm just going to see, like, here's an example of one of the illustrations in it. I'll only show one. I wouldn't want to spoil things, but that looks like fun. So yeah, those were the Nick Roberts books that I obviously had to get because there
Yes,
was a sale on.
I do have that in my wish list. It is currently on Kindle Unlimited.
Interesting. Okay. Well, I'm very curious what Nick Roberts is like as an author because like I said, I've
Obviously,
been meaning to read for so long.
obviously, super into horror movies too, because a bunch of those looked like movie poster covers.
Yeah, yeah. So I'm excited and all hardback, which I don't know. I'm vibing with hardbacks at the moment.
I'm going to pull a horror book out of my stack. I did not know this existed till someone talked about it, and I had to straight away buy it. It's called Never Whistle at Night. I
Oh,
like this
that
cover.
sounds Appalachian. Yeah.
It's so many indigenous people believe that one should never whistle at night. It can cause evil spirits to appear and even follow you home. And so this is an anthology with a bunch of indigenous authors. I know a few. It's got Rebecca Rowan Horse. I've read some of her books. There's a bunch I don't know, so I'm going to be introduced to a lot of people. Tommy Orange I've heard of, and Darcy Little Badger, I have one on my Kindle which I haven't read yet. I do like that one's called The Scientist's Horror Story. And do I remember how to say his name? Welbegeshig Rice. That I had that book recently.
Yes.
Yeah.
You did, yes.
So he's got a story in this, and there's a foreword by Stephen Graham Jones. So I am very much looking forward to reading this one pretty soon. I was almost going to use it for my anthology prompt for the challenge I'm doing, but I might not, because their books are probably going to be harder to find than the people writing the Stephen King stories that I also already own 3. So I won't. Yeah. I will just read it for the joy of reading some horror stories.
Makes sense. I'm gonna flip track a little bit here and do a fantasy. This, I am assuming, this is the start of a series. This is one of those things where I purchased it on the broken binding months ago, promptly forgot about it, and then earlier today, it just arrived on my doorstep, and I went, "Oh yeah, I remember purchasing that." I don't know if I knew at the time that it was the start of a series. There's 3 books here, and honestly, it looks like there's a lot more to come. So, I just punched a microphone in my excitement. So, what we have here, I'm going to show the sprayed edges first. Now, I don't think this is in the right order for the edges, but don't worry about that. It's in the right order for the spines. And you can see, this is why I think there's a lot more to go.
Yeah.
So this is the Echo Saga. Okay. And that only has an E and a C.
Yeah, so it looks like you might have 5 books maybe? Or 6?
So many.
I haven't heard of that, so what's that about?
Oh, okay, I'm so pleased you asked. First, let me just show, I think you'll like the cover, because it seems like the sort of cover that you tend to like vibe with.
Oh yeah.
Maybe? Yeah.
Does that say the Nicholas Saga?
No, the Echoes Saga.
Okay. Yeah. From a distance, on the small, this is what happens when I have a small box on the screen. I don't get the full screen thing that I will see later in the finished video.
And it's by Philip C. Quaintrell? Maybe. So what is it about? The echoes of fate, a prophecy uttered unto the world 1,000 years ago, cannot be denied. Mankind has lorded over the land of Ilion for 1,000 years, enjoying what was left to them by the elves, as if it were their birthright. 1,000 years is a long time for an immortal race to see the error of their ways, and realise a truth that has remained unsaid for a millennia. Elves are superior. They are faster, stronger, and connected to the magical world in a way that man could never grasp. Ilion is their birthright. The 6 kingdoms of man are fractured, unallied, and always clawing at each other's doors for more power. War is coming. Thrown into the heart of this war is an outlander of the wilds, an assassin, a ranger. Asher was born 1,000 years ago, but he doesn't remember. 40 years of brutal training and killing for money has beaten the earliest years of his life away, leaving his ties to the oldest of evils a mystery to all. So that's the first one. Then that is followed up by Empire of Dirt.
Oh, now I'm gonna have 9 Inch Nails stuck in my head.
Oh, I don't know 9 Inch Nails that well. Why?
The lyrics from the song Hurt.
Okay. I know the song, but I don't know it that well to know lyrics. And then lastly, we have the Relic, or just Relic of the Gods. So that looks like a dragon.
Interesting.
You can see the dragon.
So are you going to start reading that, or are you going to wait until you find out if there's more books to come? Or when
more books to
yeah,
come.
I was going to say when more books are to come.
I'll be honest, I have so many other books to read. I ain't going to start this anytime soon. No, this is a shelf purchase.
This is your book collecting side for now.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. If anything, it's going to annoy me having it on my shelf, just saying Ek.
Maybe you need to do that like sprayed edges out thing until you get the later books, or will that just annoy you?
That would annoy me too.
So either way, you're annoyed.
Yeah. So basically, Broken Binding need to like chop and release.
So did you pre-order that and it's just come out? So it might. So it's probably going to be quite a while till the rest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But like, so it's either the spines are either going to say echoes, in which case there's maybe another. If we've got EC, then HO might be another 3 books, and then ES might be another 6 books potentially. If it's Echo Saga,
no, I don't think there's not. Is there that many books that would be that long? A series rather that would be that long.
I don't know. Why is it only got EC on the spine of these 3?
You know what? Let's research.
Let's do some live action research.
I'm on his website. He's got a lot of books.
Yeah.
Oh no, hang on. Whoa.
This doesn't sound good.
There is 9 books listed on the website.
For this Echo Saga?
Yep. Oh, I think it's finished.
Okay.
It is a 9-book epic series.
Right, so Broken Binding are probably doing them in sets of 3, batches of 3.
Yeah.
So I'll have what, 4 to 6.
So yeah, it probably will be Echo Saga, and it will look really nice on your shelf when it's done. But yeah, if you don't want to start until all the books are out, it's going to be a while.
I might have a little wait. Yeah, that's all right. That's okay.
And then
it sounds interesting.
But you haven't read it yet. What if you go on all 9 books and you read the first book and it doesn't go well?
These are the risks that you take when you collect books.
I mean, I take risks buying books, but not a whole series from Broken Binding. So,
but here's what happens: if I buy all 9 of them and I read the first one and hate it, then what I do is I go eBay. And I go, look, this is an out of print set. Give me loads of money for it. Thank you very much.
I guess there is that. Which is also why I hate things like that. Because if you don't read it straight away to know that you want it, then it's gone. And not that
and then you're waiting for someone to read the first one and go, I hate it, and you're going to sell it.
Well, not really, because they usually cost even more by then. And that's too much for me. Anyway. I'm going to go for something completely different. I was excited to finally get Harbour Point by Irene Hannon. This is book 12, I think, in the Hope Harbor series. This is my comfort series. I found this when there was 4 or 5 books out, and then there's a new one every April. It took me a while to get this one because there's only certain places you can buy it from, and they didn't get any in stock, and then they said we'll have some in June, so I put it aside, and then it comes to June, and then they changed it to order now, and you can have it in 6 to 8 weeks. And I was like, ooh. But I had it saved on Amazon, and they reduced the price to about the same, so I purchased it now so I could read it. So I read this straight away, so I'll be talking about it in the July wrap up. But this is basically like small town, generally romance, but the books generally have a central romance, but people with problems to figure out, and it's, there's like recurring characters in the town and previous characters. So this one, being Point with an E, is about a ballet dancer that comes to the town because her sister lives there. Like she grew up there, but she's been dancing in New York, and she moves back to help her sister who's had an accident. And then she connects with this little girl who has a widowed father. So that's the sort of central romance, but there is also some other people that have some main plot lines within it. So yes, happy to have this. I have all the books on my shelf, and they don't have matching spines, but they have the same kind of font and the same sort of landscapey titles. So yeah, they all look nice on the shelf together.
Sticking with Broken Binding, now this is one that is, I think it was one of their subscription-y, where each month you don't know what you're getting necessarily. And I don't know how I feel about it. The artwork on the cover is really cool, but I just don't know. So this is The Heart of the Naga by Lee Young-do. Is this one that you're familiar with?
Yes, I have that in my wish list, but the normal paperback has really cool art, and I actually think I prefer it to that art.
The back says the bird that drinks blood is the one that lives the longest.
Yeah,
I know nothing about what it's about.
It's a Korean book that it's one of those that it's been around for ages. It's just been translated into English. So I think it's like a big deal in Korea.
Okay.
And I can't remember. There's like 3 books maybe out in the series.
Yeah.
So yes,
this is
I'm
also
interested.
Signed by the author. So, okay. Well, maybe. I mean, it's not a huge book. So, I mean, I'm in a reading slump at the moment, so all books are huge books, but typically not a huge book.
Yeah, the sprayed edges are nice, but you should look up the normal release of it, and the art is really cool.
It does have, now this is maybe me. I'm not a big fan of these like ribbony bookmarks that they sometimes include. And like they sort of like do a little tuck.
I wonder if it's like,
I've got a bookmark. I don't need a ribbon bookmark.
I wonder if it's like a really historical, so they've done that like how all the classic books would have the ribbons. Maybe.
Maybe.
Who knows?
I didn't need it.
I read Daniel Kraus for the first time this month, so again, I'll talk about that in my wrap up. But spoiler alert, I loved the book that I read, so I straight away thought I need to get more. So I picked up Angel Down.
Okay,
which
that's a cool cover.
Sounds fascinating. This is set during the war, I think World War One. And this guy with a couple of other people, they get a mission to go into no man's land because there's a fallen comrade that they have to euthanize, pretty much. But when they get there, it's actually an angel. And it says the celestial being may hold the key to ending the brutal conflict, but only if the soldiers can suppress their individual desires and work together. Jealousy, greed, paranoia take over, and it's threatening to turn their angelic encounter into a descent into hell because, horror book. So
Yeah.
pretty sure some stuff's going to happen. But also, I picked this up because it was on sale. So I also got Pay the Piper, which he did with George Romero,
Oh, interesting.
which is, I think this is, he found, yeah, Daniel Kraus found the half-finished novel that Romero wrote. So he worked with the estate to complete it.
Okay. So my next one, I've managed to grab one of my Mutant Point horrors that I've been struggling to get. This is Carnival of the Dead. I did purchase a copy of this a few months ago, and I can't remember if I spoke about it or not. There was like a stupid ex-library copy that came in like the plastic sleeve and had like the stamp and stuff.
I don't remember that cover, but did it have the same cover?
Yeah.
I feel like I would remember like a snake with the hat. Like
Okay,
that.
maybe I missed it because it arrived and it annoyed me. So I was like, well, I'm not going to keep it in my collection, so I'm not going to talk about it. But this is a beautiful copy. I mean, like the spine's nice. There's no writing or bullshit in it or anything like that. This is the sort of thing that Liam likes when he's adding to his.
Oh wait, is that a snake? I can't tell, or is it like a?
I think it's like a demon man.
Oh, because yeah, that kind of looks like a beak or something. I don't know. I just.
To me, there you go. That looks like a demony man.
Yeah, from a distance, it just looked like a snake at first. But yes,
yeah, but
it does not look like a snake at all now.
No, this is a Mutant Point horror. I've not read any Mutant Point horrors before. I'm so close to completing my Point horror collection. I think there's literally 3 or 4 that I'm missing, and there's one that I have, but it's not in a condition that's good enough, so I'm still looking. But I'm so close, and this brings me one step closer, and I'm gonna be very happy when that's completed.
Well, I have a tiny book too.
Okay.
This one is kind of connected to Daniel Kraus because in Herkiad, one of the challenges is read a book that mentions a book and then read the book that got mentioned. And in the Daniel Kraus book, this got mentioned because one of the main characters talked about it a lot and was really into it. So I thought I would get it and read it, which besides completing that prompt quickly and having a short book, I feel like will also hopefully add to the book by thinking about why the character liked this so much. Which I think, I mean, it's set in the same town that they lived in the story, but it seems like it's not got a huge overarching plot and is just a group of people in this town getting into mischief. So, yeah, I'll be reading that one pretty soon, maybe in September as well. Actually, no, I've got that on my list for August. August reading as one of the prompts for the thing I'm doing in August. So, yes.
Not long to wait then to hear your thoughts on it.
Yeah, next month. We'll see. Hopefully it's good. I bought that other John Steinbeck recently, so now I have 2 John Steinbeck, so I hope I get on with his writing.